We got our hiking in for the day. Wow. This is gonna be cool.
Yeah, the sun's coming up too.
Bloodiest battle of the Civil War. A battle that claimed 51,000 casualties in 3 days. You are looking toward the northwest. Just below us is Cemetery Hill. Ahead, the town of Gettysburg. To the left is the white church steeple of a Lutheran seminary. The line of trees just behind the steeple is McPherson's Ridge. Visualize, if you will, Confederate troops moving from your left against Union positions on that ridge.
The vast general officer casualty of the battle. The fighting raged for over 6 hours.
The highest range officer.
At one point, an old man in a swallowtail coat shuffled up, a battered musket on his shoulder. What is a civilian doing here? Then a Union soldier.
Sector 1B for continuation of the program.
And at the park by that small tower. Late on July 2nd, the Confederates struck Cemetery Hill, then fell back amid savage fighting. Over on Culp's Hill, rebel attackers occupied, but the Confederate troopers couldn't break through. If they had, well, just look at the Baltimore Pike right down below. That's where the Union supply wagons and reserve artillery were posted. Next sector to your right. You will walk right that sector at the base of the next sector. And if you wound will die nearby, it didn't make any difference which army owned Spangler Street.
We got to move yonder.
Limped into the battle. They say it was one of the finest horse marches ever made. Dawn, July 2nd, to the roundabout, 3 miles ahead, to your right, and the Union General falling into the central roundabout. Now no one there. Down below, he followed the troops and ordered them to little roundabout on the right. Only a third of a mile away, to the right, Confederate sharpshooters hid in the huge boulders of Devil's Den, picking off Yankees on the roundabout. Further to the right, in the wheat field and peach orchards, blue and gray figures blasted away. General Robert Lee planned to prostrate moving this way from Seminary Ridge, that long line. Round after round of fists moved. 90 federal guns roared back. Fire! They said the ground shook. At 3, the Confederates ceased fire. Now is the time to attack. General Pickett was ordered to attack.
To respond. They did, but they conserved their ammunition for the charge they knew was coming. Unfortunately for the Confederates, they had their guns sighted a little bit too high, and most of their ammunition flew over the front lines and wreaked havoc with the rear echelon. In fact, General Meade and some of the staff were sitting down to lunch when the bombardment began behind the lines, and one of the first Confederate shells to come over the ridge cut in two a private soldier who was serving butter to the general at Limber. Dry line. Now the horses, not the men, take the limber to the rear, swing it around, the gun's being turned to bring the bear in that direction. Cannoneers all taking their implements and getting the gun ready for action. Ideally, it took a team of about 9 men to operate one of these guns, but as men went down, they had protocols for operating the gun with as few as 2 people. picture blow up,
Right.
maybe 50 yards shy apart. So those balls spread out. What you see are 4 detachments moving on, a detachment per gun. The officers will give their orders to get the guns in action, facing the enemy lines, about 1,400 yards to your front. Across the cemetery ridge. And the Liverpool here, you can tell them actual rear. The point of putting the limbers behind the gun is to give the enemy a more defended target to shoot at. Also keep the ammunition away from the muzzle as fire, firing the gun. Once the limbers are in place, and then I'll take their... Well, if we haven't made a fresh, stick around, we'll make a couple.
Section! Right section! Fire! Left section! Fire!
Stick with us after these intervals for the third time, all 4 guns. Now I've about talked about all I've got to talk about, so maybe we can take advantage of the break here to entertain some questions. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Yes, sir.
Oh.